Yeah, that's better. You can get it. Marvelous.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the channel, y'all. And look. Today we got a shiest ass tournament breakdown that literally just happened 2 or 3 hours ago, and we're already on the scene getting all the data from my boy ďauⱠⱠ If you guys don't see it on the screen right now, ďauⱠⱠ he is definitely probably the most based person in the community. Not only does he translate Japanese cards, but he also comes out with quite possibly the best layout for a tournament breakdown, a regional breakdown for the data, for the information, for the streets. That's pretty much what it is. So thank you again, Paul, for blessing the streets and delinquents for this based ass content, fact, that opinion. So without further ado, let's go to get straight into it. I'm gonna rush through this because I'm gonna try to get a stream out, hopefully. If you guys don't see a stream, I'm in the process of making another video for tomorrow. So anyway, let's go to get straight into it. Top 16, first place. Actually, let's start all the way at the top because like I said, he has a different breakdown from what I usually see. Top 16, we have Jason Trong, Lim, we have Zhao, Blackbeard. You know, I'm not even going to say your names. A lot of these names I might butcher. So actually, I'll say them anyways. Henry, Blackbeard, Han, ďauⱠⱠ, Jason, ďauⱠⱠ, Levi, Shanks, Marco, Zoro, Shannon, ďauⱠⱠ. So this is pretty much the meta. Blackbeard, ďauⱠⱠ, and Shanks. Almost kind of looks like our tier list, right? In the tier list we made, we said the 2 best decks are Shanks and Blackbeard, and the #1 deck out of A is ďauⱠⱠ. Seems like we're spot on right again for our top 16 breakdown. So for top 8, we have Vinsmoke, Reiju, we have ďauⱠⱠ, Bonnie, and Shanks. We have a Vinsmoke, Reiju. I told you there's a high skill ceiling on this deck, very combo centric type build deck. This is the type of deck that's gonna fuck your bitch over and over again because it just keeps on comboing and the paintings just keep hitting the floor. Fact, that opinion. So the fact that he was able to top with Vinsmoke, he is definitely Nicholas. You're definitely a shiest ass player. We have NG, ďauⱠⱠ, we have Dalen, Bonnie, we have Jared, Shanks. So like I said earlier, ďauⱠⱠ, Shanks still up here. We actually do see a Bonnie sighting when we did make that tier list. This is currently the 11th ranked deck in the format. Next week I'm gonna have a top 10 decks of the OP10 format, fact and opinion, back behind stats. I just needed more feedback and results, and thank God Paul's here for, you know, the blessed streets for the results. The next deck we have right here for top 4 is Thomas Lee. Usopp actually still being a fraud. I don't know how this fraud is still you know, always topping high tables. I feel like he's just the Eddie Guerrero. He must be lying, cheating, and stealing. Crazy. I'm just playing I'm just about to call this man Usopp. I'm just playing Thomas. Congratulations to you for getting that top 4 finish. And then other deck we have that's actually that in the top 4 is ST10 Luffy. I've always been saying that this is a you know, a tier, I would say tier 2 deck, but I feel like it's a top 10 deck, especially moving forward with everything being a 6K leader. I feel like that's going to be a real shice. And then first place list we end up getting Shanks, and second place list we ended up getting Blackbeard. So this is the top 16 breakdown. Some crazy looking decks as well. Let's go ahead and go over the pie spread.
I love apple pie.
We have 4 ďauⱠⱠ right here. This is the top 16. We have 3 Blackbeard, 3 Shanks. Like I said, these are the 3 best decks of the format, like I said in my tier list. We have 1 Usopp right here. We have 1 RP Luffy, 1 Reiju, 1 Bonnie, Zoro, and Lim. Very, very diverse format. Tell me what you guys think below. Like I said earlier, I'm really loving this this whole entire breakdown for this tournament. Very shy to my personal opinion. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get straight to our deck list here. For our deck list, our very first deck list we have is the first place deck list is Shanks. You know what's crazy is that we actually just made a guide on how to play Shanks. Okay, it's a free masterclass guide that got leaked in the streets, and we actually did show off a Red Hawk build as well. So let's go ahead and just go over every single one of these cards. You have Shanks. This is your boss monster of your deck. Some of the best blanket board removal in the game, just being able to trash everything. Just having a crazy lucky blocker, just being able to pop anything with 5 cost lower, ending off games with the Gold D Roger. Board removal with the Silver's Rally, ending off games with this Dragon as well. And he's actually playing the more board removal aggressive. Now, this is the type of list that I want to see. This is a hyper aggressive, you know, pop, blow up the board. Almost kind of looks like a black deck with how much removal he does have in this whole entire deck. Actually crazy. Marco with the Otama, can't go wrong with that. He also has some aggressive abilities with the Dragon, like I said earlier, and also the Monkey D Luffy. And he's also teching in the Bull Pistol for some crazy board removal out of trigger as well. He's running the 3 Sanji. He's also running this version of Sanji right here. I feel like in every single red deck, this should be ran at 4. Just the utility's crazy, just being able to be at a 6k your turn, and if it does get destroyed and removed off the board, you get a draw. So very shice. The biggest thing about this particular deck is the abusal of this Gum Red Hawk. If you guys don't know anything about this particular card, go ahead and check out the guide I did yesterday. It pretty much tells you guys why people are even using Red Hawk at this point. And then we're also going to end it off with the Bad Manners Kick course. So ด๊łu:ő, Shanks, congratulations to you for getting first place. And let's go ahead and get straight to our next deck. Our second place deck is a Blackbeard deck. We have Blackbeard. If you guys are brand new, this is your first time seeing an OP10 meta report, I'm gonna tell you guys this. If you guys don't know what this deck is, this pretty much turns off 80% of the meta. Okay, 80% of the decks get turned off. This is a floodgate deck. If you're from Yu-Gi-Oh, this is a walking skill drain deck. Turns off everything with an on play, and as you guys can see, every single card in this deck is not an on play, it's an activate main. So let's go over this deck here real quick and go about our day. So this is your boss monster of your deck. You pretty much are stalling till you guys can really bring this out, and then in the process of stalling, you're just going to be abusing this Kuzan, just being able to use this ability to bring out a Jesus Burgess, or you also bring out the Shira, and yeah, pretty much you just abuse this. It can't be removed, and it just always gives you some type of recyclability with a 1 card in your hand, and also replaces itself on board. Mainly you go into this Burgess right here. Next card we got right here is Donku for some board removal, pistol board removal, no Laboon, so he's opting for no Laboons. Clearly at work, he got it second place. He's actually running both versions of Liberation. I think it's because Dofi is still starting to see a little bit more popularity here. He's playing the My Era, the Stage, Lafette. Everything else kind of looks staple. The 4 Augur, the 4 Burgess, the 3 Shura. Everything low-key kind of looks the same here. And yeah, this is pretty much a Blackbeard deck. This is also a budget deck as well. Only thing it's kind of expensive is this, but it's like $3 or $4. But besides that, this is the topping Blackbeard deck list that we have for second place that did just get second at this TAC Regionals. Very shice, very shice. Next deck we have right here is top 4. Like I said earlier at the beginning, the top 4, we have ST10 Luffy, Ethan, Dami. I think I probably butchered that name as well. It doesn't matter. We're here to show you your deck because this is some shice ass shit that we're seeing. I mean, he definitely spun the block with this RP Luffy. Crazy. Let's go ahead and go over here real quick. He's running the Sanji Zoro for some most broken event in the game, Gum Giant. Applying pressure, ending off games with this Monkey D Luffy. He's actually running 4 of these. Dami's a Searcher. This ends off games, just giving any type of Straw Hat character unblockable attack. Very shice. We already went over this Luffy. Pretty much aggression. That's pretty much what it is. Just applying pressure to the opponent's life, just being able to rest any blocker with a 5 cost allure. Very crazy as well. We have this Rosante, we have the Blackbeard. This is the staple glue of this particular deck, is this Edward Newgate. This Edward Newgate, once you get it on board, especially if you get 1 or 2, just make your leader at 7k turn after turn. Not only do you establish a big body, but you always get an effect from when attacking, and then with an initial stat bump when you initially summon this card. This is pretty much the gist of this deck. Get this card out as soon as possible. You have the Bon Clay. It's a good card, but it is expensive. You're running the Queen for some protection. It's to die for the ramp. You have this, I mean, you only have 2 of these. I'm surprised you're actually not running the Gold D Roger here. A lot of these decks run Gold D Roger, but this one is opting out not for the use of Gold D Roger. You guys can tell me why RP Luffy, this particular RP Luffy, is not running Gold D Roger. I would greatly appreciate it. And you're also running God's Thread as well. So this is your top 4, you know, deck from the TAC Regionals that happened over, actually just happened 2 or 3 hours ago. So congratulations to you. And yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into our next deck here. Next deck we have is Thomas's Usopp, and this Usopp is definitely not cooking. I'm just playing. It's always cooking if you're top 4, right, Tommy? Right, Tommy boy? Okay, so let's go over this deck here real quick. Usopp the fraud himself is still showing up in the meta. We have the Rebecca combo with the Curious, or also the Roanoa Zoro. The biggest thing about this deck is really abusing this stage. You guys really want to get all your monsters out as soon as possible, because as soon as they are out, you get to rush with pretty much anything in this whole entire deck. So once it's summoned, you get to attack as long as the stage is out. But that's also the thing, if you do not see your stage, a lot of times you're probably going to be losing that game. But you have the Rebecca combo into the Kyros and also the Roanoa Zoro. This ends off game with this Monkey D. Luffy, especially tied in with this stage. Like I said earlier, you have some cost reduction with the one-legged soldier. This is the staple glue of your deck right here, is this Cavendish. Yes, you could attack when you could summon, but that's not the biggest reason why you're playing it. You're playing it because it also restructures your hand, and that's the biggest thing about this deck as well, is that it kind of loses the tempo, number one, and then it also just has a hard time bricking, especially if you guys cannot see your stage you know, within the first 2 turns or after you mulligan. This is what you're mulligan for, and outside of that, this deck looks pretty much the same. You have this card right here, Gum Gum King Kong, just doubling your attack. Pretty sure that's what this card does. If I'm wrong, correct me below, but pretty sure that's what this does. Double, it gives you 6,000 power attack. I'm sorry. He's actually running 4 of these as well. Very shice. He's running the blocker right here. Block right here for some defensive capabilities. Also this block right here, just being able to place itself from when this Frankie is destroyed. So this is your blue and black Usopp deck. Still a fraud in my eyes. I don't care how good it is. Still a fraud in my eyes. And yeah, congratulations to you, Thomas. Next deck we got right here is a top 8, which is Bonnie. Bonnie, like I said, just according to the stats, Bonnie is clearly 11th ranked deck right now. Like I said, I'm going to be having a top 10 official deck breakdown next week behind stats and everything that I literally going to make up for you guys, so stay tuned for that. But Bonnie, still a top 15 deck. Just go ahead and look at it. Crazy ass ability in the leader. If you guys don't know what the leader does, the leader by itself is very shice. Let's see what he's running. He's also running the Smoker Tashigi combo. If you guys are running green, you guys are always going to run these 2 combo cards right here. You bring this out, protect with this. Not only you protect this card, but it's anything that's green. Your whole deck's green, so you definitely going to be spinning with that. Carrot, being able to lock down anything with a cost 6 or lower after you know, after it attacks. Very shice, my personal opinion. He's playing 3 of this event right here. He's playing 3 Apo, your Searcher Up Jewelry Body, Border Protection with this Relazonte, Cavendish. This is probably one of the staple glues of this deck. When you guys do play against this deck, or you guys are playing this deck, this is what they really want to start seeing. If they can stack probably like just one of them, if you just get one of them on the board and you don't remove it, just being able to recur this effect every single turn is very broken in my personal opinion. Ending off games with this Hody Jones. This is his boss monster deck. This is Relazonte. Very crazy, very interesting tech. You don't really see a lot of people even running this card, to be honest with you, but you know, this guy did, and he's actually cooking with it. I can't believe it. And then another thing we also have is the Great Wall, and that's the big thing about green. Green's identity is just being able to control the board and play as you like. You get what I'm saying? You aren't waiting for anybody else to play. You play on your terms, and that's exactly what this kid does. And the biggest thing too is that once anything is rested from this ability, you can just combo it out with this Shank, just pretty much having a blanket. This literally KOs everything in the whole entire game. This pretty much KOs everything in the game that doesn't have an effect that nullifies it, with pretty much that can't get KO'd. So this is pretty much the Bonnie deck, top 8. Congratulations to you. Pretty standard cookie cutter type of deck, to be honest with you. I don't really see any anything different, especially with I said pretty much this is pretty much the same exact deck. I don't really see anything different, but the only thing I really noticed is this card right here is Relazonte. You don't really see too many people playing this particular card, but it is what it is. He won with it. He's cooking, and that's why he's on my fucking goddamn screen right now. Let's go to get straight to our next deck. Our next deck is boring Blue Doflamingo. I'm gonna be real with you. We're not gonna completely cover this deck because there's nothing really new. This deck is pretty much the same before the ban list. We could just go over everything real quick. Just let's see, this is your main staple glue, just being able to have some type of bounce ability with this Trafalgar D Law. As long as there's a aggro meta, this deck will always be viable, specifically for this Trafalgar Law right here. Fact, that opinion, just being able to bounce back all the lower end aggro type of characters can't be matched. You have some board removal of this Red Hawk. You have some Jozu bounce abilities with this Jozu, and it looks like he's doing a 3 Jozu 1 split with Ďuuƒmingo. Usually I see 4, like I said, split like this, 3-1 or 2-2. He's actually playing 1 pudding, which is actually insane. Look, if I'm playing blue, I'm always playing like 2 or 3 pudding. Fact, not an opinion. Some steady board removal. Gets anything from a 6 cost or lower with some gravity blades, crazy, and everything else is just pretty much warlord good stuff with the Gecko, Edward, Crocodile, Marshall D, Teach, Buggy. You guys know what this deck does. This thing's been in the meta for so long, and yeah, congratulations to you getting this top 8 NG. Next deck we have right here is Shang Solo. Like I said earlier, this is top 8 from Jared. I already went over Shang's deck list already, so let's go to get straight to it. He's actually running the Uta here. I'm pretty sure these are 2 of the same exact cards. I'm not sure why he's running. Oh, don't tell me he actually had the arts like this where he had like some regular and some alt. So actually crazy. So we have 2 Sanji, 2 Uta. Very crazy how they did that here. We have 4 Lucky Rue. We have Sanji. We have the ugliest version of the Silver's Rally here. Not a fan of this, running 4 Silver's Rally for some board removal. This deck pretty much looks like the last deck we just covered. Well, this looks exactly like the list we just covered with the Barco. Doesn't play Otama. Yeah, it does play Otama, the Hongo. This literally looks like the same exact list we did for first place, so we're not going to waste any more time on it. Let's go ahead and get straight to our next deck. Congratulations to you, top 8. This literally looks exactly like the list we just covered without the Red Hawk. Actually, crazy. Next deck we have right here is the Reiju. Reiju's definitely cooking. Like I said earlier, this is probably one of the best combo-centric type of decks in the game. Fact, out of opinion. I mean, if you're a higher level thinker, if you sit there and you just really like to cook, this is definitely it. This is probably one of the most meta viable combo decks out there, to be honest with you, as well. So let's take a look at it. The staple glue of this particular deck is this EGG. You guys always just want to be able to spin. Get this card out as soon as possible, just so you can rush your opponent down before you start reaching in game. And another important key factor of this deck is stage. Just like with Usopp, if this deck does not have stage, this deck is probably going to fold. It's probably going to get his bitch fucked. Fact, not an opinion. We just keep on looking. He's playing the 4 Porsche and also some Vince Smoke Ranger. These are staples. Some Black Maria as well. That's also staple. He's actually playing Black Bug, a very special tech. If you guys did not know what it does, let's go ahead and bring it up on the screen right now, because I actually don't even know what it does. So this is what Black Bug does. Main, it has a 4 cost, so it's a 4 drop. Main, if this number of Dawn on your Dawn field is equal to or less than your opponent's Dawn, place up to one of your opponent's cost 5 or less characters on the bottom of its owner deck. So this is pretty much a Grav Blade. If you have less Dawn than your opponent, which 9 times out of 10 you will, because you can pretty much manipulate your Dawn like crazy. This is crazy. This is some crazy board removal, to be honest with you. And then this is a trigger. Place one of your opponent's cost 4 or less characters on the bottom. So this is some crazy board removal. I have never seen this deck before use this card, or any purple deck use this card. So very shice. Let's go to continue the rest of this profile. Outside of this Black Bug, I think that's the only shice thing that this deck is particularly running. You know, this really is just a purple deck with 1 board removal type of blue card. It actually isn't even running pudding as well. Very crazy. But outside of that, this is pretty much the deck, man. That Black Bug card is definitely a spicy tech I never see anybody use. EGG, yeah, this is pretty much Reiju. Purple, blue, Reiju. Congratulations to you, Nicholas. Let's go ahead and get straight to our next deck. So for our next deck, we have another blue Ďuuƒmingo. This is top 16. I already went over this deck. We're just gonna take a look and see if we have anything spicy for the streets. He's running the 2 pudding here, which is normal. He's running the Marshall DTG. All these ratios kind of look the same. You have the 4 Gecko, Law, Edward Newgate. All these kind of look pretty much the same. The only thing I really see different in this deck that he is possibly using is this 3000 World, just having some board removal on top of this Gravity Blade. So he's actually running the 3000 Worlds, the Gravity Blade, and also some Red Rug. So he has more so of a board removal type of deck here. He also is not running the Ďuuƒmingo or Kaido. He was just opting out for the 4 Jozu as well, and only playing 1. He's also playing a Kaya as well, so he definitely has a different list here. Really crazy, real shice in my personal opinion. But at the end of the day, it's blue Warlord, blue Ďuuƒmingo type of things going on in the streets. So congratulations to you, Han. But I do not like you because you're still playing blue Ďuuƒmingo. So next thing we have right here is Henry with Blackbeard getting top 16. When we just take a look at the whole entire deck, this deck actually looks exactly like the last Blackbeard deck we just covered. I mean, nothing's really different. He's still playing Liberations, Black Hole. When you get to a point where the deck is figured out, it just comes to ratios at this point. But there's some particular cards in the deck that's always 4. Like this is always at 4. Kuzen's always at 4. Cheeseburger's always at 4. I said 4. Doc Q at 4. It seems like this deck is pretty much solved. Look, I'm not going to waste any more time on this. Actually looks like the same exact deck list, just with different ratios from our second place deck. So let's just go ahead and just get straight to our next deck. Congratulations to you, Henry. The next deck we have right here is another Blue Doflamingo deck, getting top 16. Blue Doflamingo coming in clutch. Let's just go ahead and see his ratios here. He's actually running the 1 Kaya, the 2 Gravity Blades, no 3000 Worlds, but he is also opting out for both the 4 Jozu and also the 1 Doflamingos. Like I said, these are all flex spots depending on how you guys really want to build the deck. The last particular Doflamingo, we had a little bit more board removal without this Doflamingo, and this one he's just opting out for bigger board removal with the Gum Gum Red Rock and also the Gravity Blade. Still playing the 1 Kaya, and also having this Doflamingo just being able to have some still board removal in this deck. Is actually running the Perfume Femur as well. I actually haven't seen too many people still run this, but he's opting out to run this, and why not? I mean, giving one of your warlords unblockability is very nice in my personal opinion, and also this Jozu. So congratulations to you, Jason, but like I said, I'm tired of seeing Doflamingo. Next deck we have right here is this Lim deck. Lim still showing up and fucking yo bitch on the weekends, and only on the weekends because it's not an S tier deck like Shanks or Blackbeard. Let's just go over this particular deck here real quick. He's actually running the Zoro package. I'm a big fan of this, and usually before Lim really got figured out, a lot of people were on it. This was usually how the deck was originally ran. You pretty much ramp until you get up to Zoro, and usually if you can get this Zoro sticking on board, you're pretty much just going to be spinning. I mean, usually if this can resolve the next turn, you're pretty much always going to win. You get rid of your blockers with this Usopp right here. He's actually running the 1 Gamma Knife. This is mainly for your kid matchup, so you don't get walled out. This is one of your best starters in the game with this Sabo. And also just being able to abuse all these 1 drops such as this Limb right here, and he should be running 1 more. No, he's actually, this isn't a 1 drop build. Okay, so he's also just running 1 Limb, but I feel like the key staple of this deck is being able to have this on board by your 6th or 7th dawn turn. Fact, not an opinion. This is your boss monster as well from the deck. He's opting out for the, you know, fully invest into the Zoro package, but this is also could be your boss monster as well, and it's seen at other regionals happening in our current game state. And he also has this Draco Mihawk, very shice, very shice, and also having some blocking capabilities with this Sanji as well. Lim, this is pretty much a deck that got figured out. I don't know how well it's going to go on do in the future. When we look at OP11, this deck is really doing nothing, but for right now, Lim is cooking. Lim is definitely a top 10 deck, and congratulations to you, Jason, for cooking with this deck, especially with this Gamma Knife. I always like seeing some type of innovation, especially like things with this Gamma Knife right here. Very nice. Congratulations to you. Next deck we have right here is this Shank. So like I said earlier, we already went over a couple Shanks. Let's see if anything's different. So the only thing different we've really seen in this particular build is this Usopp. I feel like Usopp should always be used. I don't know how you guys feel about Usopp being ran in Shanks for all our Shanks mains out there. The streets want to know. The streets really do truthfully just want to know. I want to know as well. That's why I'm asking you. But outside of that, it seems like that's the only thing that's really different. Everything else is still the same. Still got the Dragon, you got the Silver's Rally. He's actually running the Red Hawk, so this looks like a Red Hawk build. He's actually running the 1 Shanks. This is also different as well, just having some blanket board removal with this particular Shanks here. But yeah, outside of that, this still looks like the cookie cutter Shanks deck that we already went over time and time again. You know, when something's working, you don't fix it, and that's exactly what you're seeing right here. Next deck we have right here is Marco playing Zoro. It's crazy, his name is Marcos, but he's banning Zoro. Really crazy. So this looks like a regular Zoro list, probably one of the most cookie cutter fucking Zoro lists I've ever seen. Pretty much abusing the animal package, cheating out the characters with the just shut up and come with me. These are your 2 glues of your deck. Is this OP08 chopper right here, and also this EB01 chopper right here. Pretty much all your animal cards are really pretty much the staple and glue of your deck. You have the search ability of this Dr. K, you have the Nami, you have some type of board presence and pressure with this Monkey D. Luffy, unblockables with this Sanji with anything that's a straw hat. This is just an easy 5,000 rushing to the board. Gum Gum Mo versus board removal. Another animal package, Makino, Shice, and also ending off games with this Monkey D. Dragon. I'm gonna tell you right now, this has to be probably the most cookie cutter Zoro list I've ever seen. But hey, when something works, it doesn't need to be changed, right? So this is a very Shice gameplay showing from our Marco player, our Zoro player. I'm sorry, and yeah, congratulations to you for getting top 16. Next deck we got right here is Doflamingo. Like I said, I keep going over these decks, and the only thing that he's actually opting out that is being ran differently is this overheat. I have no clue what this overheat does, and nor do I even see what this card even does. So I'm gonna be right back. Give me 1 second. So I didn't feel like bringing out my folders here, so I just went straight to the sim. As you guys can see, it's overheat. It's a 2 cost. Let's go ahead and read. This is my first time actually ever seeing this card. Your leader or one of your characters gains plus a 4,000 power during this battle. Then return up to 1 active character will cost 3 or less to the owner's hand. That's actually really crazy. Boosting up your power by 4,000 and returning a card from the field to the hand. That's actually really crazy. Very interesting tech. Okay, very interesting tech, if I have to say so myself. Let's go ahead and get straight to the rest of the deck. And when we just take a look at the rest of the deck, there's really nothing truly even that much of a difference. This is the only shicey ass card, and he is only running 1, so it is what it is. This is pretty much another cookie cutter Doflamingo deck. We're not gonna go over it because we went over it already. And congratulations to you, gang. Next deck we have right here is this Blackbeard, this Zhao T. And when we just take a look at this particular list, everything still looks the same. The Shira, the Van Augur, Liberation. Actually, people are, this looks like a staple too, just playing both of these Liberation just for the Doflamingo matchup. You know, still abusing the Marshall D Teach and also the Kuzan, the Shira. This is another cookie cutter. I mean, these decks are pretty much solved, y'all. I know you guys want to see something different, but when it gets to the top tables, what's working was working. You don't change what's working. Once you start doing that, that's when you start fucking up your ratios. Are pretty much more likely going to be losing. So top 16, congratulations to UZ. And yeah, I think, yeah, that's it. That's all of our decks that we did feature here. Thank you so much again, Paul, for blessing the streets with this based ass pretty much layout of everything, gang. This shit, it looks really crazy, really well done. And yeah, y'all, that's all I got. Tell me what you guys think below, and I'll see you in the next one. But look, before I go, if you're feeling the vibes, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Go.